Get out. Get out. He prepared something, so it can be only the... You know, hearing that music, it can only announce something bad. All of the dead are gonna enter. He's sacrificing the place, you know. Because he knows you're inside. He's not gonna see you, he's not gonna see you. Even if you didn't know his plan, you didn't see it like we did, the music, the fact that they are not there, the explosions, you had to know that something would come. They're gonna end in the cage. To protect themselves, you know, from the dead, they're gonna end in the cage.
Coming? Hey, I'll catch up. Hey.
You want to see it, you don't want to miss the show. Really? Am I the only one thinking that going into the cage would be a better idea than what you're doing right now? And then, you know, you can kill them all one by one through the things? At least Ginny, put Ginny into the cage. Run or hide, protect yourself. That's the two rules, you know, in front of an horde like that. Bye bye, Tommaso.
We have a guest. Search.
How certain are you, you know, that he's right there?
I think.
Maggie, into the cage. You're right. Ginny is a clever one. He was really like, you wanted me, you have me. What about the Marshal and Hershel? I think that they already took them away. No, they planned to sacrifice the place. And you know, sometimes with these cages, you have a way to go under, to have a wonderful entry, you know. You're not dead, Tommaso? You were beaten still during the process, I think. You know that they managed to escape somehow.
Nothing to be afraid of. You're safe, Negan. It's only me. Negan!
like that, really?
No. I heard what happened at that bank. It sounded like your handiwork. You shall know the revenge. You found common cause.
The fact that he's not threatening Negan, like...
My ears, so hot I have another. Where is Lucille? She's gone. I saw Jerome on the mainland. He told me about the war with the hilltop kingdom. I should have been there. You can only imagine the damage Simon caused. Okay, he lost
You
the
did?
sanctuary. But I have built a new one. We'll build something bigger, stronger. The whole island will become our sanctuary, fueled by the death.
Do you really want
Okay.
that? I don't think so.
Business first, then pleasure. I know who you want. He's here with me. And now, let me see him. Of course.
Hershel is not there anymore. The Marshal? That's not him that we want.
Recognize him, no?
I am here for the kid. Hershel.
Yes, that's right. Marshal told me. You told me you're still having a widow. What did she promise you?
Just give me the kid.
This will be difficult. This will require a conversation. Come to me. Come. You don't trust me yet. I understand. I will make a gesture.
You're gonna give the Marshal. I didn't think like that, you know. You wanted to kill the Marshal and you're surprised that Negan is saving him.
Go!
Ah, ready? Ah. You did great, Negan, I'm proud of you. You know, he was focused on Hershel, he didn't want to fall into the trap of the Croat, he saved the Marshal. But I think that right there the Croat was disappointed by this choice.
Sewers. We can get out through the sewers. Let's go!
I told you, it's too dangerous. All the data down there in the air, we can't breathe.
Maya, one of the officers got home. Nothing.
The Croats guys, they didn't follow you, they let you go, you know? Right there he had two guys.
Well, it was a little bit of time to figure out what the hell. Code 14, Section 2. Thompson, you're a dick.
You really want to do it right now? Come on, girl.
Let's go.
Maggie? Oh, I was a bit afraid, you know, of Maggie not going, you know, doing something like not without Hershel. I love the episode. That was a cool episode, that was a really cool episode. To begin everything, you know, with this flashback, with the old Negan, with Simon, that was totally a surprise to see him I thought that maybe at some point we could have a little flashback, but really just a discussion between Negan and the Croat, and I was not really counting on it, you know, to have that flashback. So right there, to have really a flashback and to have Simon into it, that was great. But I said it, I'm not sure of the necessity, you know, of this flashback, because it was to see the story that Negan told to Maggie just one episode ago. So I'm not sure that really we needed to see it, because he explained that story and all of what it meant for him really well. So it would have been better maybe to put the flashback and not the discussion, or just the discussion and not the flashback. But if you really want to put these two things, I think that it would have been better to put the flashback before the discussion, you know, to discover after that really what it meant for Negan, to have the explanation, you know, behind that moment. So, see, I loved that flashback, that was an amazing one, but I'm not sure it was really something that we needed, and even more like that. Well, okay, why not? Right there, the fact that they didn't discover that Luther was killed, that was really great for us. Because of that, we had them, this group, helping us with that plan. Because of the Marshal telling all of the truth, you know, everything about Negan and Maggie going for him, for sure the Croat prepared also something. I didn't think that he would sacrifice that place, not only because it was a great place and he had a lot of things right there, but also because he had really all of that, you know, all of the things about transforming the dead into what he needed, you know, for the energy and all. I didn't think that he would give up on it. But he sacrificed the place, and that was a good plan. For me, they should have gone into that cage way earlier, you know, to protect themselves. Really, Ginny was a clever girl into that group. She really just went for it. The fact that Ginny was right there, it was not a surprise. We saw that she was keeping an eye on them, and she saw that Negan was leaving the place and going right there, so for sure she followed. And because of what she saw of Maggie, she didn't trust Maggie. I'm still not sure that Maggie did something to the dino, because we didn't see it for sure at the end of the last episode, and you know my rule, if I'm not seeing it with my own eyes, it didn't happen. So maybe, you know, Maggie, she still has that dino, and she wanted to say the truth to Negan, but she discovered after that, really, a second after that, that he did something to Luther. She didn't want to hear about it, and that was enough for her to give up on telling him the truth about Ginny, the dino, all of that. That's not great, and you know, it's also the discussion that we have, that they have since the beginning of this spin-off about Maggie, you're a good person for sure, and you did less bad things than Negan also for sure, but you killed also people, also fathers, you know, and stuff like that. The difference with Negan is the fact that Negan, he enjoyed it, you know, during a certain time. But you're not better than him for other things, like right there you're blaming him because he lied, also because he killed that guy, and that's really bad, the fact that he killed that guy, but we didn't know him when right there you took the risk of putting Ginny in danger by not saying him the truth, by lying also. And Ginny, he knows her, you know, and for sure you were afraid of him, of Negan going after Ginny to not help for Hershel, all of that. But see, that's a dilemma that she chose to answer with, I'm not gonna say anything, I'm gonna lie, and I'm gonna think of myself, you know, I'm gonna be selfish. So at the end of the day, Maggie, right there, it's not fair for you to judge Negan, at least for that, you know, for that action. So yes, Ginny is right there. She's following Maggie. We saw that, you know, they had some looks at each other like, I know what you did, all of that. But she's continuing to follow Maggie. I think that she knows that Maggie doesn't want to kill her or anything like that, but still that she can't trust her fully. I think that it's something like that. Tommaso right there, like we have Tommaso and Amaya with them. Tommaso, I'm not sure that he was not beaten, you know, during all of this fight at some point. Right there he wants to help his girl and that's great, but I wouldn't be surprised if during the next episode we have something about him saying that he's gonna die. And the fact that earlier they talked together, you know, Maggie and him, about the fact that he wants to have a kid and all. I don't have a lot of hope for this couple, and because of what happened for Tommaso himself. Negan meeting the Croat, that was so great. Oh, all of the wizard part was so great. But also that confrontation, the fact that the Croat, is he really sincere saying that he built this sanctuary and it can be the sanctuary for him and Negan? They can rule the place together. He's not mad at him. Is he really sincere about it? Maybe a little, because right there at the end with what Negan did, I really think that he was disappointed. Like, he wanted to kill the Marshal, to make a gift, almost, you know, to Negan, like, that's it, that Marshal who annoyed you that much, I'm gonna kill him for you. And to see that Negan run, you know, to help the Marshal, he was disappointed, the Croat. At the end, you know, the fact that the Marshal and Negan escaped, it's a little surprise for me, because we had the Croat with 2 of his guys, and we have Negan and the Marshal, you know, who can't really run and anything like that, so it was not that difficult, you know, to follow them and to have them. So yes, I'm a little surprised by it, by the fact that the Croat, you know, he renounced to go after Negan. But the fact that the Marshal reacted like that, took the gun and all, it's not really a surprise, but I'm really like, okay, for sure you're gonna want to do that. It's everything about your character, the DNA of your character, it's to do something like that. But after what happened, you know that right there you're gonna have to work together to escape from that place, because clearly these guys, they're gonna come after you no matter what. You don't like... Are you sure that you can keep that, you know, for a long time? You're hurt, people are after you, all of that? Well, but it's really going with his character, with everything about his character, so yes, why not? It's logical, you know, that moment. A lot of actions, you know, almost only action moments, so that was great. I'm not sure, you know, what to think about that moment with Negan and Maggie talking, you know, the harmonica thing story. If it's not, you know, to create even more a bond between these 2 characters, okay, why not? Hershel, for me, Hershel left the place, you know, really earlier. We know that the Croat prepared something, he had a plan in mind, so for sure he took Hershel, you know, at another place, because he knew that they were right there for Hershel. Hershel is safe, but somewhere else. The fact that Maggie, for some seconds, she thought that her kid was dead. That was bad. So yes, it was a good episode. Tell me, what did you think about it, if you appreciated it or not, you know. Again, reminder, at the end of this review, I'm gonna be late for the next episode because I'm taking some days, you know, some holidays, and that's gonna be great, but because of that, I'm gonna be late, meaning that you're not gonna have this video on Tuesday, you're gonna have it on Thursday. And same for you guys on Patreon, it's gonna be also on Thursday, but like always, you're gonna have it still sooner during the day, and surely with an extended reaction part, like always. Okay guys, it's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Right.